Okay, the NBA trade deadline is just around the corner, and things are getting wild. Two of the absolute biggest names in the entire league, we're talking James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo, could actually be on the move. So today, we are unpacking the bombshell reports that could completely shake up the NBA as we know it. So here's what we're going to get into. First, we'll dive into the absolutely shocking news that James Harden might be out of LA already. Then, we're going to switch gears to the massive bidding war for Giannis. And finally, we'll get to the real debate. Which one of these moves would totally change the game more?
All right, the NBA trade deadline is seriously heating up. And listen, we are not just talking about some minor deals here. We've got two legitimate superstars on the table, and the choices made in the next few days, they could literally create brand new championship contenders overnight. You got to imagine, right now, every single GM is on the phone weighing their options. Do you really mortgage your entire future for a shot at the title this year? One trade, just one, could shift the whole balance of power in the league. The pressure is on, it is immense. Okay, let's get right into it, starting with a story that, I gotta be honest, nobody saw coming. This report from insider Charania absolutely sent shockwaves through the entire league.
Yeah, you heard that right. It's almost unbelievable. The Clippers have been on an absolute tear. They look like a real deal contender, and yet they've agreed to work with Harden to find him a new team. This isn't some rumor, folks. It is happening, and a frontrunner has already popped up.
So, you're probably asking, why on earth is this happening now? Well, it looks like there was some real uncertainty from both sides about a long-term contract. The Clippers see a window to get younger, and Harden, well, he's hunting for the best possible place to win a ring. But here's the real kicker. Harden has a player option for next season. That basically gives him a no-trade clause. He has all the control here. He is in the driver's seat.
Of course, when news this big drops, the reactions are going to be huge. And you know, ESPN analyst Kendrick Perkins had let's just say a very strong opinion on what the Clippers are doing and where Harden should go next.
Perk was just completely stunned. I mean, he could not wrap his head around how one of the league's hottest teams, with a star dropping 25 points a night, could let things fall apart like this. For him, this is just classic Clippers. They just can't seem to get right.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Perk's big idea? Send James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers. He thinks Harden is the absolute perfect missing piece. I mean, Cleveland has struggled on offense, and Harden isn't just a scorer. He's one of the best facilitators in the entire league. Perkins pointed out how Harden made guys like Clint Capella and Zubac look even better, so just imagine what he could do for Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. And man, there was zero hesitation. When they asked him if Harden is the guy who could get the Cavs all the way to the NBA Finals, Perk's answer was instant. It was absolute. In his mind, this isn't just a small upgrade. This is a move that makes you a championship favorite. All right, let's pivot to our other superstar story, because this one has been building for a while. While the Harden thing just exploded out of nowhere, the chase for Giannis Antetokounmpo has been a slow burn, and now it's about to hit a boiling point.
So according to the reports, the Bucks are now fielding what they're calling aggressive offers. And you know, for a player like Giannis, the asking price is going to be through the roof. They're looking for one of two things. Either a blue-chip young stud, we're talking a future All-NBA guy, or just a massive pile of draft picks to completely rebuild their team.
And you can see here, different teams are coming at this from totally different angles. You've got the Knicks and the Heat offering a little bit of everything, players and picks. The Warriors, they're basically just backing up the truck full of draft picks. And then you have the Timberwolves, who are trying to make a deal centered on the players they have right now. It really shows you there's more than one way to try and land a generational talent.
So where do the experts think Giannis is going to end up? Well, this is where things get pretty wild, because one of the loudest voices who was screaming for a Giannis trade just did a complete 180.
You will not believe this. For weeks, Stephen A. Smith was on TV every single day yelling, pleading for his New York Knicks to do whatever it takes, anything, to get Giannis. And now, all of a sudden, he's completely changed his tune. He says he's worried about Giannis's health and isn't so sure it's the slam dunk he thought it was. It's a pretty stunning reversal.
But where Stephen A. suddenly sees risk, Kendrick Perkins sees a massive opportunity, just for a different team. He thinks there's one franchise out there that absolutely has to push all their chips to the middle of the table for Giannis, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Now, Perk's logic here is actually pretty deep. It's got layers. Of course, you pair Giannis with the explosive Anthony Edwards, and you immediately become a monster in the brutal Western Conference. But the most important part of this plan, the real genius move according to Perk, is what it does for your future. You show your young superstar Anthony Edwards that you are all in on winning. You make a move so huge that he has no reason to ever even think about leaving Minnesota. It's brilliant.
So here's the bottom line. As the deadline gets closer and closer, the whole league is basically balanced on a knife's edge. We've got two titans, two potential trades that could define the next 5 years of the NBA.
And that's really the big question, isn't it? What would rock the league more? James Harden, the offensive genius joining a contender in the East, or Giannis, maybe the best two-way player on the planet, heading to the absolute gauntlet that is the Western Conference? Either way, it would cause a seismic shift. The only question now is, which domino is going to fall first?